Well, I'm Will Lucas. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So I'm relaunching this channel because I wanted a place where I can talk more about my stuff. And so you probably know me from AfroTech or Black Tech Green Money, or you might know me personally, but this is an opportunity for me to be able to kind of share the behind the scenes of what's going on in my world with my businesses, with some of the seats I sit in. And today we're going to reintroduce this channel with just what's been going on over the last couple of years, the business growth and development, and the plans for 2025. So Toll House, which I'm sitting in right now, is our private social club. There's 5 bars here, 5 lounges, a coffee house, a jazz club, cigar lounge, co-working spaces in the back, and that has 2 boardrooms, conference rooms, co-working spaces that you can just hang out and grab a desk for the day. And there's so much other stuff inside Toll House also, but it is a private social club designed for the city-dwelling creative and entrepreneurial class, because I really wanted a place that I could organize the doers in our community. I live in Toledo, Ohio, from Toledo, Ohio, and for so long I've heard that Toledo has potential, that our community has potential, and at some point it's like we got to realize that potential. And the best way I found to do that is to organize people in communities, get to know people that you otherwise wouldn't even have a reason to cross paths with. And so that's what Toll House is. So even alongside of the membership function of Toll House, is it's not even designed to be economically discriminatory. So there's people who could write 10 years of dues in a single check without batting an eye that were not approved for membership. And there's people who couldn't write a single check to be, to even do the application fee that were approved for membership because they were additive to the community. So what was important for us is that no matter where you were on that economic ladder, if you were additive to the community and you brought something that we needed here, and you were doing something in the community that spoke to your passion about making Toledo a better place to live, then we wanted you here, and we would figure out a way to make sure you were part of this community. And so you'll see on the screen, some B-roll of like behind the scenes of how Toll House came into be. We just celebrated 3 years of Toll House. That is a feat. A lot of businesses, regardless, what industry you're in, just don't even make it to 3 years. And especially if you're doing hospitality and food service, it's even harder to get to 3 years. And the fact that we've made it this far and we're growing still says a lot about this team. And I'm so proud of this team of 20 plus people who make this place possible. On the Creatio side, Creatio is a full service marketing technology production agency, everything from video production, website development, communication strategy, design, all of that, app development even. And so on the Creatio side, I'm really intentional about making sure that we are creating content and strategies for companies and organizations that want to reach and engage multicultural and diverse audiences. We have the only full service agency in the region that's run by minorities, a Black person. And so I'm like, let's lean into that. And so if you want the sauce, like this is where you got to go because, we create that. And so multicultural, so it doesn't matter if you're trying to, reach Black people specifically or millennials or young people. This is the place that I believe is the best place for you to come and get the design and strategy that you need to be able to get your message across to the people. And then we bought, over the past couple of years, a couple pieces of real estate. So Toll House obviously is one piece. And we're right on the waterfront. So, maybe even to give you a peek of what's directly outside of Toll House. This is 25,000 square feet. Again, 5 bars, 5 lounges, a whole bunch of other amenities. And then the building right next door to us, we just bought in 2024. That's another 10,000 square feet. It's a historic mansion, like one of the first millionaires in Toledo built that house, which has been converted into more like multi-purpose, zone space. And then there's 2 more buildings down the street on this same strip. So I'm like super committed to this strip in Toledo, Ohio, right on the waterfront in Vistula, the first neighborhood in Toledo. And so we bought 2 more buildings down the street, which are connected. And what we're doing with those buildings is opening a market later this year. And so like we're in like an economically depressed area, and which is a focal point of the city, so the city has determined that this is the next place that they're going to focus resources. And so with that said, like Milk, which is the name of the market that we're opening, I am interested in, playing in the same ballpark as Whole Foods and Fresh Time and Fresh Market and Trader Joe's. So we are building a premium market right outside of downtown Toledo that it will put brand also at the forefront. And so I'm super excited to be, relaunching this channel so that you get an opportunity to see as we develop the market and as we open the market, you'll see a lot of the behind the scenes and a lot of the thinking that goes into it. So hopefully you'll come visit us sometime. In more my outside of business interests, I just finished 8.5 years on the University of Toledo Board of Trustees. I ended as chair just a few months ago. And it was a privilege because I graduated from the University of Toledo, and to be even on the board at all, much less the chair of the board, but to be on the board at all of an institution that you graduated from is a privilege. And I grew up right across the street from UT and directly, within 100 yards of the university I grew up. So I could hear, when I was a kid, the band practicing from my front lawn. And I could hear the cannon go off when the football team scored a touchdown. And so never imagining that one day I would be a part of the leadership at an institution as big and complex as UT is. And so to have that time to be able to pour back into an institution that gave so much to me was sincerely a privilege. And I'll be terming off of the Casino Control Commission, which I also sit on. I'm vice chair of the Casino Control Commission now, which regulates all the casinos in the state of Ohio. Also gaming, online gaming, mobile gaming, even Chuck E. Cheese games and Dave & Buster's games. So all that gaming, we regulate that at the Casino Control Commission. And after 9 years, after 12 years, because I thought about that, it's 3 4-year terms, and I'm in my last term, so I maxed out. 12 years, it'll be very, very soon, and so I'll be coming off of that commission. And so a lot of places that I never imagined I would be, but always wanted to be. I wanted to be in leadership growing up. I've had the opportunity and privilege to sit in some of those things at a very early age, because a lot of the seats that I've been privileged to sit in and blessed to sit in, a lot of people don't even get started in until they're in their mid-40s, early 50s. And to be finishing those at that same time is a real privilege. So this channel, to kind of relaunch it for you guys and for my own benefit, is really designed because I'm intentional about my life's mission, and that is to create content and opportunities that helps Black people realize entrepreneurial success beyond their wildest dreams. So everything I do, whether it be at AfroTech, whether it be at Creatio or Toll House or wherever, Black Tech Green Money, is hopefully inspiring one of you specifically, but some of the other people listening also and watching also, to go after it and enlarge and make bigger the vision that you have for yourself. I'm purely interested in not only how do we do things once, but how do we scale our ideas. And we'll even get into some ideas, things that I'm working on, and how I'm intentionally scaling Toll House and the offerings that we get into in the grocery store, Milk, and next door, and what our concept is going to be over there. And so I'll talk more about how we're going to scale those things, because if you just hear the story of them, you may assume that these are just small businesses and that, they can only scale so far. But there's some real strategies that we'll be talking about on this channel with how we're going to go after the big opportunities that are available. But I'm also really interested in entrepreneurs, and Black entrepreneurs specifically, who are building in lesser looked at markets. So if you're not in the biggest cities in the United States or even around the world, I'm specifically interested in talking to you, because so much of the content that comes out to help us and inspire us and motivate us comes out of the New York Cities and the LAs and the Atlantas and the Chicagos. But there are so many other communities in these United States where we live and are also trying to go after our dreams. So I'm building in a community like that. There's so many people have misconceptions about what it's like to be in a place like Toledo, Ohio. But there's so many more of us who live in places like this than live in those communities. And so I'm intentionally focused on talking to you, because I want to make sure that you don't see where you live as a place that is, unfavorable to live in, or that you can't accomplish your dreams from where you are. but that you actually see the opportunities that are available to you because you live in a place like this. There's more opportunity, more white space than you might imagine. And so I'm here to help you go get that. So welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited to launch this for 2025 and beyond. I'm committed to being here for you. And so if you like this video, the start of this new chapter of this channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. Share this with somebody, leave me a comment, and let me know what you'd like me to be talking about on this channel in the videos to come.